Okay, usually I just put a big newspaper title when I do these stories, but this time I'm gonna phrase it with a question. What would you do? Let's start.
My wife rejected intimacy. Don't touch me. I have self respect. Next day, I rejected all her demands. Don't ask me. I have self respect too. She completely lost her mind. It was a Tuesday evening. Nothing special about it. I just finished helping with dinner cleaning while my wife sat on the couch scrolling through her phone. Same routine we'd had for months now. I walked over and sat beside her, maybe putting my hand on her shoulder. You know, just normal husband stuff. She immediately pulled away and looked at me with this expression I'd never seen before. Cool, distant. Don't touch me, she said, not even looking up from her screen. I have self respect. I sat there for a moment trying to process what she just said. Self respect? What did that even mean in this context? It wasn't like I was being inappropriate or pushy. We're married. I was just trying to be affectionate with my own wife. What's that supposed to mean? I asked. She finally looked up, and there was something different in her eyes. Something I couldn't quite place. It means I don't just let people touch me whenever they feel like it. I have standards. Standards.
Quick question. I want from the men's side and the women's side. If your spouse said this to you in your household, what would you say and or do? Drop it in the comments. Let's keep going.
People like me were some random guy at a bar, and not her husband of 6 years. I leaned back, studying her face. This wasn't about being tired or having a headache. This was deliberate, calculated. Even the way she said self-respect like it was some kind of weapon aimed directly at mine. Since when do I fall into the category of people you need to protect yourself from? I asked. She always went back to her phone. You just never noticed before. Never noticed before, right? Because apparently I'd been some kind of boundary crossing monster for 6 years and just figured it out now. I got up and went to the kitchen, but my mind was racing. The whole exchange felt wrong. Not just the rejection, but the language she used, the tone, like she'd been rehearsing those lines. When I came back with a glass of water, she was texting someone. Furiously, her thumbs flying across the screen like she was reporting breaking news. Who are you texting? I asked. Just the girls, she said without looking up. The girls? That could mean any number of her friends. But lately, she'd been spending a lot of time with her single friends. The ones who'd just gotten out of bad relationships and had very strong opinions about men in general. I sat back down, but this time I kept my distance. Maybe.
Now, for most of us that have seen this either across other social media platforms or something to this effect, when you got single girlfriends while being in a serious relationship, or more serious, the most serious, a marriage, and then you treat your marital partner like a coworker, we can somewhat predict where this is going, but let's still just stay on track.
Sure, there was a full cushion between us. If she wanted space, she'd have it. But I was watching now, paying attention to things I might have missed before. She kept typing for another 10 minutes, occasionally letting out these little laughs at whatever responses she was getting. Then she got up without a word and went to the bedroom, closing the door behind her. I stayed on the couch thinking about that phrase. I have self-respect. The way she said it implied that touching your own spouse was somehow beneath someone with self-respect, which meant what exactly? That I lacked self-respect for wanting physical affection for my wife, or that she lacked it for usually allowing it. Either way, something had shifted, and not in a good way. I could hear her on the phone now, her voice muffled through the bedroom door, but animated, excited, even like she couldn't wait to share what had just happened. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just about tonight. This was a test, some kind of new dynamic she was trying to establish. And I had apparently failed step one by not immediately accepting her new rules. Well, if she wanted to play games with respect, then we were going to play. But she might not like the rules when they applied both ways. The next morning, she acted like absolutely nothing had happened. Came down to the kitchen in her robe, poured herself coffee, started talking about her day like we hadn't just had the weirdest interaction of our marriage 12 hours earlier. I need you to pick up my dry cleaning today, she said, stirring sugar into her mug, the blue dress, and my work blazers. They close at 6 o'clock, so don't forget. I was buttering toast, listening to her list of tasks like I was her personal assistant. Oh, and can you stop by the bank? There's that overdraft fee on my account that needs to be taken care of. It's like $40, but still annoying. $40 she'd created by not keeping track of her spending. And now it was my problem to fix. Also, she continued, checking her phone. I told Fiona we'd meet her and her new boyfriend for dinner Friday. That place downtown with the good steaks, the expensive place. Naturally, she looked up at me expectantly, waiting for me to say sure or no problem like I always did. Instead, I set down my knife and looked directly at her. Don't ask me, I said calmly. I have self-respect, too. The spoon stopped moving in her coffee cup. She stared at me like I'd just spoken in a foreign language. What did you just say? You heard me. I have self-respect. I don't just do things whenever people feel like asking. Her mouth opened slightly, then closed. The color started rising in her cheeks.
That sounds funny from one standpoint, but let me be real about this. I don't like the idea of playing games in my marriage. I get it. He's trying to prove a point, and I would like to see where this is going. But I want to give an adult perspective right here, right now. I shouldn't have to play this game. You should not have to play this game. No one should treat their marriage like a game. Part 2 coming next.